We are with Professor Alexandros Paraskevas from the University of West London. Professor, you are currently starting a new project that has to do with trafficking in human beings in Europe. Can you please tell us some things about it?
Yes, recent statistics by the International Labour Organization show that the global social problem of trafficking in human beings is particularly accentuated in Central and Southeastern Europe. A significant proportion of trafficking is done through travel and tourism businesses, which by their nature facilitate the movement and accommodation of traffickers and their victims. There is also evidence that tourism businesses are used for sexual and labor exploitation of trafficking victims. The tourism industry in general is reacting to this phenomenon through a series of initiatives that primarily aim to raise awareness among tourism professionals. However, these initiatives are not embraced by the industry as a whole, perhaps due to its high fragmentation and the gaps in national legislation.
How big is this global problem?
Well, the most recent statistics from ILO were back in 2012, and they estimated about 21 million human trafficking victims globally. Out of them, around 14 million were for forced labor exploitation, 4.5 million were for forced sexual exploitation, and about 2.5 million for state-imposed forced labor. Generally, there are several forms of human trafficking. The most common one is trafficking in women for sexual exploitation, trafficking for forced labor, domestic servitude, commercial sexual exploitation of children, especially in tourism, and trafficking in organs.
How does the industry react to this phenomenon?
There are several industry initiatives. One that springs to mind is the Code, which stands for the Code of Conduct for the Protection of Children from Sexual Exploitation in Travel and Tourism. This is an industry-driven initiative with a mission to provide awareness, tools and support to the tourism industry in order to prevent the sexual exploitation of children. Another industry initiative is the one undertaken by the International Tourism Partnership. As a leading industry organization, ITP provides awareness, training, support and guidance to the industry in taking zero-tolerance approach to human trafficking.
What is the project about?
The project is funded by the Directorate of Home Affairs of the European Commission under the program Prevention and Fight Against Crime. We will work in partnership with colleagues from Oxford Brookes University here in UK, the Lapland University of Applied Sciences in Finland, and the Raju Foundation for Democracy in Romania. The project aims to design and develop a comprehensive training toolkit that will facilitate tourism businesses combat trafficking in human beings at operational, tactical and strategic corporate level, what we call in risk management 3 lines of defense. And it will include actions and policies and processes that combine the business, the legal and law enforcement, as well as the victims' perspectives into a more effective industry-wide response. Apart from raising awareness, the toolkit will provide tourism businesses an ethic that will enable the identification, deterrence and prevention of trafficking. It will encourage wider partnerships in combating it, and it will establish policies and communication structures that allow safer reporting of trafficking incidents and response to trafficking incidents. This way, the tourism businesses will achieve a better cooperation with law enforcement and NGOs in prosecuting traffickers and supporting and rehabilitating human trafficking victims.